The Women's Wednesday Club was originally founded on February the 11th, 1889, as a literary and civic organization, and these women were some of the most influential in the city of Fort Worth. The members of the Women's Wednesday Club were highly affected by the war. Prior to the war, they had been introspective. They had their own group. They were social, highly social, and they became more philanthropic and also reached out to the soldiers of Camp Bowie, the nurses in the hospital, the soldiers from France who were also stationed here in Fort Worth. And so their worldview expanded. The members of the club volunteered their services as a group to the YWCA Hostess House. This house was a special place that offered safety and security for young men and young women to interact socially in a safe environment. These women filled Christmas boxes for the boys over there and sent them abroad. They donated furniture and furnished the officers' canteen at Camp Bowie. They also staffed the enlisted man's canteen. They worked as a group in sewing the uniforms and repairing clothing for the men at Camp Bowie.
The Women's Wednesday Club is a very impressive group in that they have kept all their records, all of their programs from the beginning, and all of their minutes since 1889 when they first met in the Spring Palace. This oldest club in Fort Worth had a tremendous impact on the city. They founded many of the cultural institutions here in Fort Worth, including the Symphony, the library, and the Modern Art Museum. And so even though in Fort Worth we like to talk about cowboys and culture, the Chisholm Trail and events like that might have brought in the cowboys, but these ladies brought in the culture.
World War I impacted these women individually because of their involvement at Camp Bowie, and they really had a different view of what the purpose of their own club was. One of the interesting things that the Women's Wednesday Club did after the war was to collect funds and to support the purchase of 49 trees to be planted along the Memorial Bowie Boulevard, which is now Camp Bowie Boulevard. Those trees, some of which still exist, were their contribution to the World War I monument. There were 22 family members of the members of the Women's Wednesday Club that served on the front. These were husbands and sons, and in fact, one family sent 3 sons, 3 lieutenants, to Europe to fight the war.